Well, Bruins, we are back for a special edition of the Bruin Report. I'm Rocha.
And I'm Sinofsky. We're here to chat about the men's and women's teams heading into the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament.
The men's team will be heading to St. Louis on March 6th through the 9th, where the team has already secured a first-round bye after its win against Missouri State.
And the women's team has a little bit more time before heading to Evansville, Indiana on March 13th through the 15th.
Well, Matt, why don't we take a look at how well the Bruins have been doing this season? Let's start with the men's team.
They have a lot of great production from their transfer students. Jonathan Pierre, Carter Witt, Tyler Lumblade, the three of them lead the team in scoring. That has led to an absolutely explosive offense, over 80 points per game. But a team is nothing without its seniors anchoring. So Isaiah Walker, he's one of the most loyal and recognizable Belmont faces on the court. He has almost 1,000 minutes on the floor this season. He's logged all 4 of his seasons at Belmont, so definitely a fan favorite. Another veteran that joined the team is another transfer student, Brody Peebles. He came over from Liberty, played with 2 different conferences there, and coming to the Missouri Valley Conference, he brought that knowledge of playing new teams, and that helped him really adjust to the Missouri Valley Conference level of play. Because it is a really tough conference, top to bottom. Even if you're playing one of the lower seeds, it's always going to be a tough game.
And so you kind of mentioned it at the beginning, but what would you say are maybe 2 big impactful players for the men's team right now this season?
Well, right now, it's got to be Jonathan Pierre. He is the team's leading player on both sides of the ball. He has 14 points per game, which leads the team, and also leading the team with 180 rebounds.
Wow.
Which is something that Belmont needs to work on. So rebounding has been a little bit of a struggle for them. They're giving away too many opportunities on defense and not giving themselves enough opportunities on offense.
So you just touched upon maybe one of their weaknesses right now. What would you say is their biggest strength on the court?
Well, I got to say their offense. I mean, they just move so quickly. And as I said, they have players out there like Jonathan Pierre, like Carter Witt and Tyler Lumblade, who are going to go and they're going to move down the court. And that's paired with careful shooting. They're not going to go out there and they're not just going to chuck the ball. They're going to find an opportunity to score and take it. I talked to Peebles about how the team has learned from conference rivals and how they plan to compete in this year's tournament. What are some of the adjustments that you guys have made in season to some of the tough teams that you've played in the Missouri Valley Conference?
Yeah, I mean, I think everything revolves around our defense and our defensive effort. I mean, we're a really good offensive team. We're clicking on all cylinders, and I think it's just the thing is, can we lock in on the defensive end? We might switch what we're doing based on who we play and, kind of game plan stuff. But, yeah, just locking into those details and trying to be better on that end of the floor.
So what about the women's team? How are they looking heading into Evansville?
Well, as of right now, they are tied for 4th place with Illinois State, but they have won 10 straight games before losing to Northern Iowa early in February, and then were on a 4-game losing streak following that game. So they have kind of been doing very well throughout the season, but then they had that hiccup right at the end of February. The team has also been balanced with older players and newer players, and I think they've had that great advantage with some of their newer freshman players, but we have to talk about their graduating seniors, specifically walk-on Liz Suter, Kendall Cheeseman, JC Busick, Carmen Harrison, and Kendall Holmes.
Well, with all those seniors leaving the team, who's going to step up?
Well, we've got 2 of the big star players who are junior and sophomore right now. We've got Emily LaChapelle, who has been a standout player this year after transferring to Belmont her sophomore year. She averages almost 10 points per game with a career-high 26 points, and she's able to dominate the court with 29 steals. And, of course, we cannot forget sophomore Jalen Banks, who has also been a star player since day 1, where she started the team as a freshman. And she earned MVC Freshman of the Week 6 times last season, and she also ended up earning MVC Freshman of the Year last year. And I think that the rest of the team as well will be able to pick them up and keep them going throughout the games. But I think those 2 players will definitely be those impact players next season.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like, they have so many different strengths. What, as a team, would you say is their biggest strength and maybe one of their weaknesses?
I would say that their biggest strength has been their offensive drive to keep going on the court and dominating other teams and opponents. And I think that their points per game continues to go up. And I think that sometimes the players can get a little carried away with that, and that can in turn create a lack of offensiveness, which comes with 3-pointers. Now, Kendall leads the team with 64 3-pointers this season, but the Bruins have been under 50% 3-point average since February 1st. Having the rest of the team kind of go for those shots and making them is really important. I got to chat with Kendall about her season so far and what the team is planning to do ahead of the conference tournament. The team is currently tied for 4th in the MVC. What are you and the team going to be focusing on going into the rest of the games before the conference tournament?
Yeah, we're just going to be focusing on playing our pace, making sure that we're rebounding well, and making sure that we're just playing Belmont basketball and not letting anything speed us up. So,
heading into spring break, we wish the best of luck to our men's team this Arch Madness. Hopefully the Bruins can secure a bid to the NCAA tournament.
And with just a few games left for the women's team, we hope to see them rise to the occasion and secure a top 3 seed spot.
Well, Bruins, that's going to be all from us.
Until next time, I'm Kat Rocha.
And I'm Matt Sinofsky.